All right. Well, we're gonna get started. We're right at the top of the hour here. We have a special treat for you guys this evening. We have another Thompson Leadership Award winner. Um, we we want to welcome him here, and Tim Ulinger is here tonight, and he's going to be answering all you guys' questions. So, you have any questions? Would you just go in the comments and please ask those? Uh, we want to welcome you here tonight, but I want to bring Courtney Dowdy on because she does some of the best uh, uh, qualifications of a person that you can have because she reads and studies and does everything. So she's figured Tim completely out. So are you there, Courtney?
I'm here, Derek, and no, I have not figured Tim completely out. We are excited to have Tim Ulinger is a national consultant in Ambit Energy. He has won almost every award there is, but I know that there's just a couple more that are on his list, and he's on his way. He is a Pure Energy Award winner. He is a Founders Leadership Award winner. He is a Thompson Leadership Award winner, and he has multiple five-star trips. I know more about those trips, but he is a member of the Millionaire Club, and we have the privilege of having him tonight. And welcome, Tim.
Hey, Courtney, how are you?
I'm well.
Thanks for having me tonight.
We're excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here as well.
We've been talking a little bit about the Thompson Leadership Award, and Ambit says that the winner of this award is handpicked by the co-founder Jerry Thompson Jr. For tirelessly upholding the values of leadership, integrity, character, honesty, and team focus. How honored were you, and tell me what winning that award meant to you and Missy?
Well, when Missy and I received that award that day, we were totally shocked. When we were listening to Jerry go through the story of the Thompson Leadership Award and talk about his dad and integrity and all that, and then he shifted over to our story, and we were listening, and I looked over to Missy and I told her, I said, I think he's talking about us. And we're totally shocked, but thrilled at the same time. To be given that award was a complete, true honor for us and our team as well. We have a tremendous team that's out there working and just doing what they need to do and really lead. They're leading by example. They have building the business the right way, gathering customers the right way, and doing everything that Jerry and Chris want us all to do. And when we were up on stage with Jerry and we were next to him, it was like a dream come true. In 2010 was our first year in Ambit. 3 weeks after I started, or 6 weeks after I started, I went to Ambition. And I saw the awards that year, and I'm sitting out in the audience. I'm thinking, that'd be kind of cool to win one of those awards someday. And that's what really got me started. I saw how Chris and Jerry were that first year, how they ran the company, and I just wanted to model myself exactly, to how they were, and that's how we build our business. And I'm glad that Jerry recognizes that, and it was a big honor. So we still pinch ourselves today.
That's an awesome story. You talked about you talk about a lot of things, but I have heard and Derek has heard, because we've had some time to listen to you talk about your story and getting into Ambit. Will you tell us just a little bit about that story for the rest of our viewers?
Yeah, be glad to. It was in July 2010, and my cousin Mike was home from Texas. Mike is a pastor out in Texas. He's originally from here in New York. He and his family live in Friendswood, Texas. He was home because our grandmother passed away. And after the funeral, he pulled me aside and said, Tim, you got to take a look at something that's changing people's lives in Texas. And I didn't want to sit down to see what he was excited about. I mean, I was super busy at the time. I was working 80 to 100 hours a week. Missy and I owned 3 different businesses, and I was working as a police officer in Buffalo, New York. We have 5 children at home. Missy homeschools our children. That's her full-time job right there. I think it's more than a full-time job sometimes. I'm not sure how she does it, but she does a great job at it. And our plate was full. And so when Mike wanted me to look at something that he was excited about, I honestly didn't have the time to really sit down with him. But he came over to the house, sat me down, I looked at the presentation, and when I saw how we could get paid on a service that everybody has to have, I started my 4th business right on the spot. So, I started the business. Missy wasn't there at the time. I called her up, said, honey, guess what we just did? And she was ready to strangle me, I think. But, she supported me, and she's glad she did, because, it's changed our lives. I remember Missy saying, Tim, you're barely home to even sleep. How do you figure you're going to fit this into your schedule? And I told her, I said, we found the golden egg. We found what we've been looking for. We have to work this business. And like I said, she supported me, and we started working our business part-time. We did something every single day. I treated it like a real business. That's one thing I see a lot of people not doing with this business, is they don't treat it like a real business. And you really need to. You don't have to work it 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day or 12 or 14 hours a day like most businesses. But if you do a little bit every single day like we did, it'll change your life. So, I just knew I had to treat this like a real business. I did a little bit every single day. I still do that every single day. And, after a short amount of time, the business started to grow. And our initial, our first goal, I guess, if you want to call it, was to generate $300 a month. I wasn't really looking outside too far outside the box. I wasn't looking at the big picture when we first got started, but I knew that I could build this to, $300 a month. That was my car payment at the time. And I told Missy, I said, if we can generate $300 a month, that would be life changing for us. That meant I could work 2 less overtime shifts every month, and have a weekend off once a month, and something that never happened. And if that's all this business ever generated for us, then we're successful, because I had a weekend off, and I could spend that weekend with Missy and the kids, something that never happened. And that was our goal. And if that's all that ever happened, we're successful, and that grew, and, $400 hit, and then 500, and, we kept going and going. And before you know it, 4 years later, we had 2 of the three businesses were sold because Ambit replaced that income. A year later, I put in my retirement papers at the police department. After 21 years as a police officer, I retired because of what Ambit did for us. I was 42 years old, walked away from law enforcement, and Missy's still a stay-at-home mom, still homeschools our children. We still have 5 kids at home, and Ambit has paid us very nice over the last few years. So it's been really life-changing. And what's neat about the whole thing is it's changed our lives, but this business has changed a ton of other people's lives in our organization too. That we have other people retiring on our team. It's not just us that are succeeding. We have a ton of people that are changing their lives with this opportunity. People retiring, walking away from their jobs, retiring their wives, so their spouses can be home. And we have a lot of success stories that I can go on and on and on. So this Ambit has truly blessed a lot of people in a short amount of time.
Well, let me ask you this. You talked about a golden nugget that you saw when you saw this business. Can you kind of take us back to that time when you were first looking at this business that said, that's it, that part of the business just totally clicked with you? Because there's people that maybe out here watching this, and they want to kind of have a little better understanding. What clicked with you and made you just say, man, I have to do that?
Well, there's two things, I guess. The first thing that really clicked was, Mike showed me a business that dealt with the largest industry in the nation, energy. I mean, everything that I was reading at the time about energy that's where you had to be to make the money, make some serious money. And I was honestly trying to find something in the energy industry that would pay me some additional money somehow, and it just came. But really, what really clicked for me is, I always say this, but my grandmother passed 5 days before I saw this, and she and the good Lord brought this to us. I know it from deep in my heart, that was she brought this business to me, and the good Lord has blessed us in a lot of different ways, and He's allowing us to bless a lot of other people with this opportunity. So I knew I had to work this business. That was the first thing that really hit home with me. And then the energy industry, I couldn't pass on that. But the other thing too is the residual side of it. When I saw how we could make residual income and do something once and get paid on that after month after month after month after month and never stop. I mean, we're going to pay these electric bills till the day we die, and that's what I saw was that residual part of it as well. So we're tapping into the largest industry in the nation, and we're going to get paid residual income at the same time as well for something we don't even have to sell. All we have to do is educate somebody one time. We don't have to keep going back month after month after month and selling something to that person to make that money every month. All we have to do is educate somebody one time, and it's just a handful of people. It wasn't a lot of people, a handful of people, how they can save money on a bill that they have to have, and then we're going to get paid every single month. So that's what I liked. I was in the landscaping business. I had we had a pretty good sized crew, and one of my jobs there, one of the things I really had to do was go out there and get the jobs and I'd do all the estimating. So I knew everybody wanted to save money because people were trying to nickel and dime me all the time on every landscaping job I was bidding on. And so I knew if I went and shared an opportunity to save a little money, it was going to be a home run. And so there was a couple things that really clicked in my mind when I saw this, but that's what when we started, I just went in, just dove into it. Just it was right in the middle of our landscaping season, the busiest season, that part of the season. And I was working the sheriff's department. We had the maple business. We had orders, coming in all the time, but I still dove into this because of the residual side of it and the energy being partnered with energy. We had to work it hard. So, for all of you that are listening tonight, I hope you all see the same thing and you dive into your businesses too, because, we got something special here.
Erica Luga from South Bend, Indiana. She's an EC up there and a friend of ours. We love her. She has a question. Do you travel a lot to other markets besides your home state to build?
Erica, I do. And I want to travel. I'm probably going to start traveling even more because this is why, you want to diversify. You don't want to be just stuck in one market. You want to capitalize it in all the markets that we can, if you're able to travel. If you can't, there's a lot of great ways to build this business. This is one of them, Zoom. I'm learning that tonight myself. I haven't really utilized this at all to build my business, but I do travel. We have a great team in the Northeast growing. Pennsylvania, we have a great team growing. Traveled to Ohio a few times actually this weekend. I'm going to Ohio just for the day. I'm traveling 6 hours one way. We're doing a home party, and I'm traveling back home the same day. And it's gonna be a long day because I got church in the morning. I'm leaving right after church, and we're gonna get on the road and do a meeting in the evening, and then we're gonna do that. I'm gonna travel back home. So in 2 weeks, I'm traveling up to Alberta. We have a great team in Alberta growing up there. I'm going to spend 6 days up there with a lot of great people in Alberta. We're gonna really tap into that market as well. So, and the reason why I suggest y'all do that if you can is like I said earlier, you want to have your business in every market that you can. If we have say a downturn in one market, you're not going to be hurt because you have a lot of business in all the other markets. You never know what's going to happen in the energy industry. It's a great industry. There's a lot of momentum right now. So if you're able to travel, get on the road and go, because Ambit gave us a lot of great announcements after Ambition. There's a lot of excitement out there in the field. I can feel it in my bones right now. And so if you can, hit it hard and go out there and travel for sure.
And that's awesome. You had said something a minute ago and talking about working. Can you talk about a little bit about your work ethic when you had so much going on in your life? How did you fit Ambit into your busy, hectic schedule? Because a lot of us run into people out there that they just say they're way too busy, but when, as I know, and the busier the people are, a lot of the times they're a lot more successful. So can you kind of talk about how you wove Ambit into your life when you first started?
Yeah, for sure. We kind of talked about this this weekend. We had a training down in Scranton, Pennsylvania that Ray Monty invited us to. It was a great training, packed room, a lot of excitement again in Pennsylvania. And what we talked about was sacrifice. Missy and I did. And that's a big part of this business. We all have to learn how to sacrifice a little bit and give up some things that sometimes we're not willing to give up in order to succeed. And that's one thing you really got to do. I mean, the basics. You got to give up the television. You got to give up Facebook all the time. Maybe you can use Facebook to market your business with, but get off. Liking every post that you run by and wasting a bunch of time, because you can use that time to make some phone calls, to invite some people, to look at the presentation, to follow up with people. So you got to kind of be laser focused on this business as well. You can't let that any little thing distract you. I mean, we had a lot going on, but I would fit this business into my schedule 15 minutes a day, half an hour a day, an hour a day, by giving up a few other things that really weren't important. I didn't need to do some things that are kind of important that you really should give up once in a while. And it's totally up to what you want to do. But I miss some of my kids' ball games, their concerts sometimes, to go do that home party. And some people looked at me like, why would you do that? Your kids are only little ones. Well, guess what? I was missing them before Ambit because I had to work all the overtime. Missy is a stay-at-home mom. We made a decision for her to be home, but I had to do all the extra overtime shifts to replace her income, and that was fine with us because we wanted her home. But I was missing it already. So to miss a little bit more in order to free up some of my time, like 2 or 3 years later, that's what was in the back of my mind. It was worth it. And so we did that. And Missy, you've heard the story a few times. Some people have heard the story. We have a maple syrup farm. We tap 11,000 maple trees, and our first winter that I was working Ambit, that's when things really start rolling. The snow's knee deep, maybe waist deep, and sometimes in the woods. And she strapped on the snowshoes and went out and helped tap the trees and told me to go out there and keep working Ambit. So we both worked together at this, and we helped each other. And this business, if you can do that with your Ambit business and put aside a lot of the things that really don't matter in life, your business is going to be successful. The other thing is that you got to just stay laser focused when you're busy like that. You just can't let the little things distract you. You use every single minute that you can every single day to work your Ambit business, even if it's 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. You make a phone call, and then go on and do whatever else you're doing. And then if you have another 5 minutes to spare, make another phone call. Use use the time from you when you drive home from work to come home. Use that time in your car to make a couple phone calls, follow up with a couple people, train a couple people on your team, over the phone. Put the headset on so you don't get stopped by the police officers, so you're not, use the hands free as so you're not getting stopped and you have a ticket. But you know what? Use all that time like that, and your business is going to grow in a big way. So that's what I did to build our business. So everybody has that time. I hear their stories all the time. I don't have the time, but everybody has a little extra time to fit this in. It's just how bad do you really want it? I want it bad. There's a lot of money out there. The big energy companies are making this money every single month. So why not you and I go out there and help our families a little bit?
Exactly. Erica has another question. She says, have you always been comfortable speaking to large groups, or was that part of personal growth in building your business?
I was never comfortable before Ambit. You should have heard the first time I was in front of the room. I remember my first time. I was in Buffalo. Chris Atkinson was in Buffalo along with Ray Monty. Okay, so I had two big heavy hitters in there to help me build my team. And so I'm sitting in the back of the room, and all of a sudden Chris goes, "Okay, it's your turn to go in front of the room." And the sweat started flowing. I mean, I was just nervous as all get out. It was horrible. And so no, I was never comfortable at first, but it did grow. As just like everything else, I guess. The more you do it, the better you become. But I'm still learning. I still trying to be like all the top leaders in this company are. And so it'll come, but you just got to go out there and do it. No one's going to think anything. You might get harassed a little bit like I do, but it's all right.
Well, I always like to ask, this little question, but, if you had 2 minutes to get somebody excited about Ambit, what would you tell them?
Oh man, go out there and share this with as many people as you can share it with. Work this business like your hair is on fire. As you can see, I don't have any hair. You just got to work this day after day after day after day and never give up, because with what's going on right now, I mean, just think about it. We're in 16 states right now. When I started, we were only in 3 states. We had Texas, New York, and Illinois, and now we have 16 states altogether within Washington, D.C. We have Alberta now in the entire country of Japan, and my business is in all those markets right now. So, and it's just getting started. That's the way I look at it. It's just getting started. I mean, Nevada is coming up for another vote to deregulate. They voted last November, 73%. It passed by 73% in favor. More than likely, it's going to happen again. You're hearing big talks of California, deregulating the electric as well. Arizona right now, Florida. I mean, you're hearing all these big major energy using states, and you want to be that. You don't want to be that person waiting for those states to come on board right now, and then decide to get to work. You want to start working now and build that team as big as you can build it, so that when those states open up and the next country that we're going to go into, I guarantee we're just getting started on the expansion part of it. So you want to have a humongous team out there, so that when California opens up, you just pounce on California. It's not just you, it's you and your whole team capitalize in California. I mean, look at California is the biggest, what they say, it's the biggest network marketing state in the US, right? So it's coming. And you want to be ready to go when it does come. But with the markets that we have right now, it's wide open too. I mean, we've been working in New York State for 8 years now, and I believe we have 4 or 5% market penetration, if that. So that still says 94, 95% of the people in New York State have no idea who Ambit Energy is. So who's going to get the next 5%? I hope I'm going to get my share of it. I hope you all are going to get your share of it too, because if you and I don't, somebody will, right?
Oh, I plan to get mine, that's for sure. And the Kelly crew, Eva's team, they did not even go to the final, to the last, party at Ambition, they were in there working and they were hitting it. They were working immediately in the middle of Ambition. I was like, ah! But yeah, Cali Crew has it going on too. I'm excited because we come off of Ambition and we're just keeping a momentum going with and with the networking that we do through this and through all the ways that the Derek has set up for us. And this has been really awesome to keep motivating every week.
For sure. It's there's a lot of excitement out there in Ambit land right now, and you can feel the momentum right now. It's picking up in a big way. I mean, last week in Pennsylvania, we had, down in Pittsburgh, there was 250 people in the room. Went up to Rochester, New York, on Tuesday night, we had, I believe, 120, 125 people in the room. Buffalo had a packed house on Wednesday. We had lots of guests there as well. You see everybody on Facebook doing home parties after home party. We have a home party contest going right now with our team, and the entries are coming in. We make everybody send in their a picture of their home party. When they do that, they get thrown into a drawing that we're going to have at our training in Buffalo on November 3rd, and we're going to give away some good stuff, but a lot of people are doing those home parties, and a lot of people are coming in. So that's the key right there. You guys all got to be doing home party after home party after home party right now, especially this month with all the extra bonus money. We got 1 week left. This is it. We got this week left. So, go out there and get the big money that Ambit's willing to pay us to build our businesses with.
That is so correct. Well, I told you that we'd get you out of here about 35 minutes. So I'm going to ask you the last question. And, just to kind of give you a little bit about what I see the Ambit Gift as is, I woke up with a dream, and we're blessed here in East Texas. We have Coach Alan Johnston here. We have, we've been EC leadership team, 3 out of the 4 last years. And, I like doing this stuff. So I wanted to bring this gift of Ambit to everyone. Not everybody has a great leader, but there's always ways to find leadership. And I have not called one of you guys that are leaders and had you say no to me. But I just want you to answer this one question. What does the Ambit Gift mean to you?
Well, I could go on and on here. Ambit Energy is just a gift itself, I think, to all of us. And we just been handed a huge gift when we were presented this opportunity. Most people, I dabbled in a couple of our network marketing businesses prior to Ambit, and those other companies, and I seen a lot of other companies, they don't even come close to what Ambit is. The leadership, it starts right at the leadership at the top with Chris and Jerry. We have some tremendous leaders right there. Full of integrity. When you really get to meet the co-founders of the company and get to know who they are, they truly want to help a lot of people succeed. Where I don't want to put down a lot of other network marketing companies, but I just never saw that. And so when I saw Chris and Jerry for the first time in 2010, I just knew that I was at the right place at the right time, and I had to work my business. And I hope you all see that too. I know we have a lot of new people that are on board, and they don't know the co-founders that are leading the way for us right now. But we are blessed. We are blessed by, and it starts right there. But we have a lot of other leaders that are the same way. Look at, and like you said, Coach Alan Johnston. He and I are great friends. If Ambit left today, if the friendships that I've built, with so many people in Ambit, I would just cherish those friendships forever. And that was worth building this whole thing. It's just, and the leaders that we have here in Ambit Energy are just amazing. And I hope all of you take advantage of that and recognize that, because that's a huge gift right there for all of us. And if we can latch on to all of them and learn from them and gain all the knowledge that they have so that we're all successful, then our businesses will be successful. So don't work this business by yourself. Go out there and latch on to a leader and let them guide you, and humble yourself, and just allow them to help you day after day after day. And that's what I try and teach my, just share with my team. Just find a leader and find somebody, because we have a ton of great leaders out there that are willing to help everybody. Even if you're not on their team, we're going to help anybody and everybody. And that's what I love about Ambit. So, Derek, the Ambit Gift is, what you've started here as well is amazing. It's a great thing. You're helping a ton of people, and continue to keep on doing it, because it's awesome. So thank you for having me on.
No problem. We appreciate you coming on so much, Tim. It's truly a blessing to have such great leaders come on. Our goal is to kind of have every Thompson Leadership Award winner, so that would be 11 in total. And I think I've gone through 4 now, so we getting close to getting halfway there. But we truly want to help your business grow faster. If you're coming across this content and you're just trying to find out a little bit more about Ambit, we truly want you to get with the people that invited you here today. But if you just came across it, please get with us. You can message us through our Facebook page, The Ambit Gift. We truly want to help you grow. I also wanted to let you guys know that our very own Courtney Dowdy is writing a book, and that will be coming out very soon. And we will be getting you guys all the information on that with Lisa Pulliam, some great leaders in this business. The book's not necessarily about Ambit. It is about growing into a leader. So we appreciate you guys watching the Ambit Gift. You guys have a wonderful evening. Good night. You don't have to hang up, Tim.